Hello guys, and welcome back to our next lesson. During our previous lesson, we saw how to create a frequently asked questions section for our website. In this lesson, we are going to look at how to create a pricing section for our website. Now, if you take a look at our website, you see that the pricing section is being omitted. So let's see how we can add it up. To do that, we are going to install a plugin. So I go to the back end of my website, then I go over to plugins, click on add new plugin. Under search plugins, I search for TablePress. And this is the plugin I'm going to use, TablePress, table in WordPress made easy. I click on install now. It is installed. I go ahead and activate. I click on skip, and this is where we create our tables. So I'll just go ahead and click on add new table. I'll give it a name. I'll just call it pricing. You can give it a description if you want. I'm not going to do that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and make it 7 rows, and then the columns will be 3. I click on add table, and here's the shortcode that I'll embed onto my page. So going down, this is where I enter the content of the table. So the first thing I do here is enter the title. I make it features, and then under column B is going to be web agency, and finally I'll enter orders for column C. Next, I come under features, and this is where I begin to enter the features I want to enter in my table. The first feature is going to be turnaround time. Since I'm creating this table for a web design agency, under web agency I enter 6 to 10 days, and then under orders is going to be 2 to 4 months. Next, under features I have total cost. One thing I can do, I can also go ahead and paste what I want to type like this. Similarly, I can equally paste in here. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and enter the rest of the content and get back to you. Alright, I've entered my content. Going down, I'll go ahead and save the changes. The next thing I do is go ahead and copy the shortcode from here. I copy it, then I go to my website. I click on edit with Elementor. Scrolling down to the section where I want to add it, I want to add it after this particular section. So I go down right here on this section. I click on the plus icon, and this way I add in my container. And what I do is go over to add element, then I search for shortcode. I have shortcode element here. I drag it, then I go ahead and paste it in here. That is the shortcode I copied, and this is awesome. I'll also add a heading for the section. So I go over to add elements, then I drag in the heading elements like this on top, and this way I enter the text. And I'm going to enter why choose us. So people will choose us because of our pricing. Scrolling up, I'll just copy the style from here, then I go ahead and paste the style on my heading here. Paste style. Perfect. If I want it to look clean, I'll select the entire container, then I go over to advanced. I unlink the values under margin, then top I add 100 pixels for top, and then bottom 50 pixels, and this is how it will look like. Now if I update, let's take a look, and this is how my table will look like. And right here you see that I have some features where I can easily select the number of entries I want to display. As you can see, at the moment I don't have much, that's why you don't see any effect. If I also want to search, I can come right here, then I can search for, maybe I want to search for content, and you see that I have website content right here. I can take it off. What if I don't want users to see all these parameters? And down here I have a footer showing 1 to 6 of 6 entries, and then navigation. If I don't need all this, let's see how we can take it off. So I go back to the table editor, going down to table features for site visitors. This way we have sorting, search and filter, and then pagination. If I don't want any of this, I'll just go ahead and untick them. What if I don't want users to have access to all these features? I can easily go ahead and select it from here to take it off. Then I go ahead and save the changes. Now if I go to the front end and refresh, you see that everything on top right here for search and then the footer are gone. Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and add some text right here in between the title and then the table. So what I do is I just go ahead and drag it in here. In this way I enter my text. Next I go over to style and I align it to the center. So that's it on how we create a pricing section for our web agency website. In the meantime, you can stick around to watch the next lesson on your screen right now. Or you can also go ahead and check the complete playlist to the entire course. Keep watching and I will see you in the next lesson.